Welcome back students in my channel. Learn with me. Today we are going to discuss question answer of kalopaling. So let's start. First time to answer. Question number 1. When a kayak upsets and the boatman falls into the ocean, the kalopaling. Answer. Kalopaling grabs him and puts him in the hood. Question number 2. The old woman and her grandson lived on the meat and blubber supplied by. Answer. People living in the Inuit tribe living in the cold North Pole. And question number 3. No one could help the old woman get back her grandson because. Answer. No one knew how to get him back. Question number 4. When the hunter and his wife came, the boy called out to Kalopaling because he feared that he will return to his old grandmother who didn't love him. Next, reference to the context. One day the boy was so hungry that he cried out loud. His grandmother told him to be quiet, but he cried harder. She became vexed with him and cried out, "Ho Kalopaling, come and take his grateful boy away." Abhi question number A. Who is Kalopaling? Kalopaling is a strange being who lives in the northern seas. Question number B. Why was the grandmother unable to give food to the boy? Since they were very poor and they could not hunt themselves, so they had to wait for someone who could bring them food to feed themselves. C. What happened when the grandmother uttered the words mentioned in the extract? Answer C. When grandmother cried out Kalopaling to come and take away this boy, Kalopaling come hobbling and put the boy in large hood and then disappear. Next, reference to the context. Question number 2. Some of them said they had seen the boy sitting by a crack in the ice playing with a whip of seaweed, but none of them knew how to get him. Now the question is, who was the boy with? The boy was with the Kalopaling. Question number B. Who offered to help to get the boy back? The hunter and his wife offered to get back the boy to grandmother. Grandmother means old woman. C. How was the boy spending time away from the old woman? Answer. The boy was spending time with Kalopaling these days. Next, extract question number 3. The next time when the boy had just come out, they sprang forward and cut the rope before he had time to give the alarm. Then away they went with him to their hut. Now the question is, who is they? What had they promised the old woman? They here referred to Hunter and his wife. They had promised the old man to get back the boy who was with the Kalopaling. Now next B. What did the boy tell them? The boy told them he was unhappy with his grandmother and she was the one who gave him to Kalopaling. Question number C. What did they decide to do with the boy? They decided to keep the boy as they didn't have any child. Now read between this line. Answer this question. Do you think the Kalopaling is a real creature that lives in the North Pole? Give reason for your answer. Kalopaling is a folk tale which is actually a story told by parents to their children just to make them scared and make children obedient. And so Kalopaling is not a real creature living in North Pole. Did the boy do the right thing by not going back to his grandmother? The boy did not want to go back to his grandmother because she was the one who didn't like him and couldn't even feed him. Also, she was the one who gave him to Kalopaling, and so the boy did was absolutely right. Question number 3. Give at least one instance from the story to show that the Inuit people in the story are very helpful towards each other. Answer. As we read from the extract that the poor grandmother and her grandson was fed by the people living in Inuit by spitting on them and bringing them seals, meat, and the blubber for the lamb because they didn't have anyone to hunt for them. Thus we conclude people living in Inuit were very helpful. Would you call the kalopaling a cruel or a kind creature? Give a reason for your answer. Kalopaling answer. Kalopaling is actually a kind creature who is actually mistaken for being cruel because we read from the story that he once saved a man drawing with the sheep and also helped the poor boy to live happily with him without being injured and also took care of him.